Yo, chat. Yo, YouTube. What's the word, y'all? What's the word, man? It's your boy Moonbound Crypto. I'm signing back live. Sorry for the delay, but y'all already know my laptop went down. And yeah, but I guess I could lock in with the phone and do something. But coming to touch base. So the markets are taking a little slight consolidation, a little tumble to the downside. Better yet, known as more sideways. But we've seen this coming because of the indicators that we looked at 2 days ago. But I just wanted to show y'all why the markets is actually taking a slight tumble to the downside. We're going to go over to look at the safe havens, which is pretty much the currencies of the world. Like, so pretty much if I once I go here, we're going to look for to see if the safe havens are going up or down. If they're going down, we should be pumping. If they're going up, stabilizing, that's when the markets go down a little bit. It could be tricky sometimes, but we got other stuff to look at. You know what I mean? Hope everyone's doing all right. Uh, Trying to find this joint. There it is. So over here, looking at the safe havens. So Russia is still flat. They're not doing nothing. Like they still look the same like they looked a couple days ago. They're not really being that much exposed to the volatility of the market. You could kind of tell even when you go to the 3 month, it's kind of flat. It's been the same price for a while. It's been the same price since I can't even see that date. Never mind. But yeah, it's been the same price for a while. On the month, flat. On the 5 day, pretty much flat. It's not giving me nothing on the day, but like yeah, Russia's currency is looking really stable, but when I go over to the euro, it's a different story. Let's see. 1 second, let me reverse it. So on the euro, when I look at the 3 month, it's flat but climbing for the most part. When I look at the 1 month, it seems that the euro did capitulate a little bit, but it's making another run up. Like it's having actually a nice trajectory if you was to ask me on the 1 month. On the 5 day, something that actually matters to us on the smaller time frame. The euro is actually put in a nice move. Like on the 5 day, that move is nice and it's strong. So that's telling me, you feel me, they're going back into the euro safe haven. So that will make the markets pull back because the people that was mainly using the euro currency pretty much. If I could take y'all with, oh yeah, y'all with me. So pretty much the people that are using the currency, the euro currency, they are selling, they are selling their favorite stocks that just had a nice bump up. They're selling, their favorite cryptos that had a nice bump up, selling their Ethereum, locking in their gains, and then they're going back into their safe havens or, whatever. And that's what I'm seeing right now. And you can see the same thing even when you go to Japan's yen, to the Japanese yen. You see that explosive move on the 5 day, like it's climbing up pretty strong. So the markets is going to have a nice pullback. As you see on the monthly, yes, it was pulling down. We had a nice move up. Y'all see, it went down and plateaued. We had a nice move up, and now It found some stability. Now it's climbing back up. Um, another thing that I seen was the distance from peak to bottom. So pretty much the peak was in July, and the bottom on the month day, on the monthly was July 16th. So that's about what? That's about like 2 weeks. But considering we're still at the bottom, like let's give like another week of volatility. Like let's see the but this is the monthly, so I can't really say the monthly. But on the monthly, I would want to see in the next 2 weeks, I would want to see the yen, the euro actually climb and the markets continue to pull back. But once it gets to the peak, once the euro peaks out, once the yen peaks out again on the monthly, once it goes back down, which should take about like 2 weeks. So let's say like 2 to 3 weeks. Let's say another month, we should actually see some nice price action. You know, it can't go up forever, you guys. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. Crypto can't go up forever. It's a roller coaster. So right now we're going back. So right now we're going back down gradually. But once we get back to this peak, it's going to go back down on the monthly, and then that's when we're probably going to break, a 45,000 Ethereum. We could probably, break all time highs once everything actually reset. Let's try to cover our bases, keep on going down the line. Let's go look at the Chinese yuan. Let's see if they're doing the same thing. All right, so yeah, the same thing on the monthly. Like it's the same move. They bottomed out and now they're climbing. It's the same thing. So all these safe havens are pumping right now. I'm expecting even more of a pullback because they're pumping extremely hard. Like this China pump is looking like that Euro pump. It's it's looking pretty strong, you guys, on the monthly. So I'm expecting more of a pullback. And look at that 5 day, looking very strong, looking in going up. You feel me? You already know what China means to the whole world's economy. You know what I mean? They're another superpower, you guys. So, like brace for impact because we could be going lower. But that's not bad. We want to go lower. We want to build up that momentum. We want to buy that floor. We want to buy the red to get ahead, y'all. So just I'm not going to sit here, you know, and blow smoke up your ass. You feel me? I'm gonna give you the real. You feel me? I'm gonna tell you what I see. And right now I'm seeing more red, more red ahead. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go over here to the market. If I could take y'all with me, right? Almost messed up there. Three in the chat. What's the word? What's the word, y'all? Mm, All right. So looking at Bitcoin right now is sitting at 1,800, and Ethereum is still holding 3,600. Not bad, not bad at all. Fear and greed index still at a 67. Altcoin season of 43 out of 100, but we're still not really seeing all the alts really pump. You feel me? But not bad. I really wouldn't call this a red day. I feel like this is a slight pullback. I feel like there's more pain ahead, but let's look at Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin, look at these indicators, see what they're telling us. Because we've seen what the safe havens are, we've seen the safe havens pumping. If the safe havens are pumping and the indicators on the weekly are still maxed out, yeah, most definitely more pain to come ahead. But you know, we got to check it day by day, see what's going on. So yeah, looking at the stock RSI on the weekly for Bitcoin, we got a we got a bearish cross. We got a bearish cross. It's looking like we're about to pass through. It looks like, but don't fear. We seen this happening. We anticipated this happening. Let's let's like really, let's just wait for this stock RSI on the weekly to reset on Bitcoin. Once I see this stock RSI reset for Bitcoin, that's once we reset and go back to oversold territory one more time, I feel like that's when our bull run is actually going to commence, y'all. Like, something like this, we go down there and then we go up. You feel me? Something like that. But we're way out here, so we're maxed out on the weekly, y'all. But we're not maxed out on the monthly. That's the key factor. So we got the monthly actually panning out for us because we got the anyway. Let me try and get this drawn off the screen. Anyway, try to bear with me. It's not getting off the screen. All right, anyway. So looking at it on a monthly, Bitcoin has yet to max out on the stock RSI, y'all. They still ain't maxed out, so we still got that playing for us. You feel me? But right now we need the weekly to reset because the weekly is way up here in oversold in overbought territory, and we have officially been caught by the bears. Looking at Ethereum, let's go take a look at Ethereum. Most like Ethereum was going to be saying the same type of information, maxed out on the weekly, but still got room to move on the monthly. So in the grander scheme of things, in a bigger time period, we're bullish. But in the micro, in the smaller time frames, we will see volatility. That's, that's what I'm seeing so far for Bitcoin and the market as a whole, especially with the safe haven pumping the way they are. There it is. The chair, man. This laptop got a mind of itself. But I don't be lacking. I try to make sure that joint at least gonna start charging every day. I ain't gonna hold you. Taking a look at Ethereum now. So look at that. Ethereum looks just like Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. Let me zoom in a little bit. They had like Ethereum has been caught by the bears in overbought territory. We have been caught. That's a cross. So I again, just like Bitcoin, I want Ethereum to reset too. I want Ethereum to come down here to oversold territory one more time. You feel me? One more time. That way we can actually really get our bull run. How low we going to go? Your guess is as good as mine. But we still just know that we have to put in all-time highs because we haven't put in all-time highs since 2021. And let me show you how grave this is. You know what I mean? Let me show you how serious I am. But it's gonna be real, you guys. If I could do it right, you know what I mean? 6 in the chat. What's up, yo? EVG, what's the word? Yo, thank you for locking in with me, cuz. Appreciate you, man. Let me get this joint off and show y'all what I mean. So again, in the grand scheme of things, we're okay. Again, we're okay. So this blue line, as y'all know, is the Bitcoin halving, and this is the Bitcoin, rainbow chart. Look how much data we've been putting in. We pretty much been trading sideways since the halving, y'all. Since the halving. If this lets me drag it over, see, it's not gonna let me drag it. But either way, we have yet to go to the orange region. Like this whole time since the halving, as y'all see, if it allows me to drag a little bit more. All right, so boom, let me raise it up just a little bit. There we go. So boom. Usually it's halving and it's not as much data as we put in, and then you go up, you go up colors and you go to the really euphoric levels, which is, dark yellow, light orange, dark orange. You feel me? If I pull it over even some more, like we're putting in something like this, but like at a higher level. You feel me? We're like, we're in like the lime green area, you know what I mean? But we're putting in like so much, like we're trading around for so long. Like this is the only bull run I've seen that I guess it's 2016, 2017 bull run. This is the only bull run I've seen that we put in this much data trading around. We can't really go off the bull run before us because it was the pandemic and a whole bunch of money was just, injected into the market. So we can't really go off of that. This time we're actually, it's more organic. So I feel like the 2017 bull run was the most organic and the most explosive. You feel me? And the people that survived, like we're over here crying, right? And well, some people are crying, not most. You feel me? Some people are crying, but they were in the blue region. You feel me? They didn't even have the green region working for them, the yellow region working for them. They're way down here in the blue region at bear market prices for a while after the halving. The halving. Am I saying it? Yes, the halving. They were still in bear market prices. Then they went up a little bit. Then they they went through hell, y'all. They went through hell. We got to go through our own hell. You see, after the halving, this is the bull run before us. The 2021 bull run, it was halving. It was a little bit of sideways action, and then they just exploded. You feel me? And again, the institutions weren't really in at that point. This bull run is completely different. The institutions are in, banks are in, countries are in. It's so much going on right now. You know what I mean? It's so much going on right now. This is the point in history that, you feel me, like the world is really going to change. Like, everything that we know about money is not going to be the same. Like we have to stay in crypto for the rest of our lives. That way we could, shop using crypto, because I don't care where you at in life. Like, I don't care from the highest of the high to the lowest of the low. Again, you have to know crypto or you're fucked, pretty much. But most people are going to give up in this hellish phase. Like, you feel me, this chop around, this boring phase, because people just can't take the volatility. Granted, some tokens ran, some tokens outperform most of the market. Cool. But the part of the market that we all know and love is the banana zone, is these orange regions. And we haven't been there yet, y'all. We haven't been there. Right now, we're trading around. And currently, a yellow zone is what? A $120,000 Bitcoin. What? A yellow zone is a $100,000 Bitcoin through a $133,000. So even once we get to 133,000, that is still not your forward. Like, you guys, we're early. You feel me? But I mean, another thing I wanted to bring to your attention, if you don't remember, is this article shared by Forbes. Now, y'all already like Forbes speak for themselves. Like, I mean, it's an honor to be on Forbes, and I'm glad that out of all the tokens in the world, out of all the tokens that ran and really performed, they used us. You feel me? You can't really buy this type of, if I could take y'all with me. You know what I mean? And again, if y'all ever getting worried, like, is this shit gonna work? Forbes speaks for themselves. Like, yes, like, we got superpowers buying Ethereum, like BlackRock, but Fidelity, uh, like, so many superpowers are buying Ethereum. But this is when you're going to make it. Like, Forbes didn't have to use Dogelon Mars, but they did. And they did it. Look when it was published, May 10th, 2025. You guys, we had a pump inside January of 2025. That's when we went up to 6 zeros. That's when we went up to 6 zeros, 6 zeros 8, 6 zeros 9. And we've been at the same price since they had this post. Like, they actually seen the price actually come down. I'm pretty sure the people that are in Forbes, that are inside this Forbes community, because I'm not a part of the Forbes community. I want to be a part of the Forbes community, but the people that are in Forbes community that keep up with the lit shit, they're buying Dogelon on Mars right now. And us little wallets, us little money, we have nothing to be afraid of, because they published this after we had a pump, not before we had a pump. After. Now, I'll be worried if they publish this and they published this sometime in 2024. We had a pump in 2025. I'll be like, oh shit, and the game is done. Oh shit, it's over. No, like, we have KuCoin, still making posts, sharing us. We have many other, big players talking about Dogelon Mars, sharing the face, sharing the ticker. This is bullish, you guys. Continue to buy, continue to stay with your conviction. Continue to, if you can't buy, just hold. But buy the red days. These are the red days that we trained on. You feel me? You don't want to miss out. Real rap. You really don't. But chill, you guys. Chill, you guys. What's the chat doing? What's the chat talking about? It says you in here, ABG. It says you. 10 in the chat, man. Chill, y'all. I ain't want to keep y'all too long. Just want to let y'all know to stay locked in. As a matter of fact, we even go over Dogelon Mars. Let's go over Dogelon Mars before I get up out of here. Shit, man. All right. So Dog Omar saying at like 6 zeros 12. It pulled back just with the rest of the market. Not really surprised. All right. Pull up those indicators. Oh man, this joint is like clockwork. I ain't gonna hold you. It's crazy. Um, this joint blows up. So on the weekly, Dogelon Mars is actually trying to make a move to the upside. We actually got the golden cross on the weekly, and we're not in maximum oversold territory. So we could continue just to trade around sideways because from the looks of things, even with Ethereum and Bitcoin coming down, we are still not coming down. Can we come down? Of course we could come down, but considering that we're already so low, we're not going to go that much lower. But I feel like once Ethereum and Bitcoin complete their moves, find support and then reverse to go back up, that's when we're going to really go back up. Because on the weekly, but this is the weekly, so but now that I think about it, since Ethereum and Bitcoin is cooling off, that will probably start pumping the alts because that's what we are looking for. Like we need the dominance to come down. When it comes down, that's when the alts actually start inching up higher. So maybe we could start see a move for Dogelon Mars within the next couple of days because this weekly candle, or should I say this weekly candle, the weekly RSI, we did get the bullish cross and overbought and oversold territory, and we're going up. So we could start seeing even more of a price. We could see better price within the next couple of days. I ain't gonna hold you. Or we could go lower. But considering Bitcoin and Ethereum both are both maxed out in the weekly, and I'm expecting them to pull back. I don't see no reason why Dogelon Mars wouldn't pull back. Just saying. But I don't have a crystal ball, but everything is telling me a pullback, so probably more sideways, y'all. Most likely more sideways. And on the monthly RSI, it's still the same story. On the monthly RSI, we are getting that bullish cross in the oversold territory. So the last time we crossed, then once we got up to the top, that's when we got our move back in January. So we're on the bottom of the bottom on the monthly RSI. In the grander scheme of things, you guys, we're going to be a-okay. Let me zoom in if I can. Allow me to zoom in. As y'all see right here, we're getting that bullish cross. It didn't fully commence yet, but I feel like on the monthly, we're really going to execute this bullish cross for Dogelon Mars once Ethereum and Bitcoin capitulate. Well, I'm not going to say capitulate, retrace a little bit, find a new floor, and go up. That's my best prediction. You feel me? But I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all the bull market is over. Y'all know what the Bitcoin rainbow chart is. It's been on point the whole bull market. Know what I mean? No one is euphoric, and you can see inside the Bitcoin rainbow chart. It's nowhere near euphoric. Sell, seriously sell. It's nothing like that. And it's reading the same thing on the Ethereum rainbow chart. But yeah, right now, more sideways. We're gonna find some type of support and then start inching higher. But even once we get to a $130,000 Bitcoin, you guys, that's still play. It's still child's play. We got $1 trillion entities, $1 billion entities buying Bitcoin and Ethereum behind closed doors. I'm trying to tell y'all, the supply going to dry up one of these days. Ain't going to be no Bitcoin left. Watch. It ain't going to be Bitcoin. No, it ain't going to be no more Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is going to be like damn near impossible to get in a couple years. That's why it's like right now, this is the gold rush, and the gold is Bitcoin. So don't quit now. And if you're just now seeing this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and don't sell your Dogelon Mars, because we're going to take this joint one day at a time. One day at a time. That's the best thing we could do. Let me see. I remember. So that's January 13th is when we got that that pump. And Forbes post for us in March. So listen, you guys. Oh my gosh. You guys. Understand something. Y'all know who Forbes is, right? We're talking about the elite of the elite. We're fucking children. You know what? We're fodder. Fucking fodder. All right? You guys, within the next couple months, to the next couple weeks, to the next couple days, you have to make the decision within yourself if you want to be a fish or you want to be an eagle. Because this market is going to determine if you want to be a fish or an eagle for the next 4 years. Because you can always try next cycle. But I'm telling you right now, once I see the monthly RSI on Dogelon Mars maxed out and we get a pump like we got in January, I'm selling my bags. Because Forbes posted that article in March. So you mean to tell me trillionaires, billionaires, millionaires, thousandaires, 100,000aires have been buying Dogelon Mars for how long, yo? How long? Like, this shit crazy. So the people on the Forbes list have been watching, talking about, and buying Dogelon Mars for the past 112 days. I don't know about you. I'm not saying they all going to buy Dogelon Mars. This is off one article. But I don't think Forbes is going to waste their time. Because unlike most of the market like 10x, 100x, 50x, Elon's going to run, but y'all keep on forgetting the facts. Elon doesn't run until the end of the market cycle. I don't care when Elon runs. If it was in the middle, the beginning, I just know it's going to run, and you have to be patient. And we're waiting for Ethereum. So look, again, Forbes didn't post about us. About us before our pump in January. They post about us after the pump. So they've been buying the floor. Listen, you yo, we have some of the most powerful people in the world, and they got better price averages than us. You know why? Because they probably know about the Bitcoin rainbow chart, and they probably know more that's what's going on, and they're seasoned. I'm trying to tell you right now, they're ready to eat all of it. So I'm going to eat with them. You feel me? And what I mean by eat with them, so that tells me they're on the same time as us. They want to beat them local highs. Feel me? Let me take off this joint. They want to beat them. They want to beat them highs, and we're talking about people with a whole lot of money, y'all. Money that me and you can't even fathom. Right? And they're going to have a move that's above 420%. It's ironic. That 420 mark. That's the same number that Dogelon put up in the auction a couple, like last season. 420. They're either going to get a 420 move or better. But seeing how Dogelon works, it's going to be a bigger move than 420%. Granted, we're going to climb up a little bit higher. You feel me? We'll probably climb back up to these levels. We'll probably climb up back up to these levels, to the 6023 levels. Yeah, 6023 levels, which is not that far away. We're probably going to get back to the 6023 levels after Ethereum and Bitcoin reset. And then we're going to trade around in them 6023 levels, and then that's when we're going to get our second chance. A matter of fact, our last chance to get out. Because you could have took this one, but most of us didn't. Because you know what I mean, we've been around for a while, but now it's the end of the market cycle. Once we beat these local highs of 606, you guys tuck your tail and run, because we're going to look for them indicators. If Dogelon it's not a matter of it's once Dogelon on the monthly RSI, on the monthly stock RSI reaches overbought territory like this again, it's time to cut your losses. Dogelon is not a dead project, y'all. It's just going through a massive consolidation phase. Don't get sweated out, or else your paychecks are going to be, I don't know what paycheck. I don't know. Listen, I'm not saying the dollar's going to disappear. I'm not saying that. But I know for a fact Bitcoin is going to be the new thing. And if you're not in it, if you're not techno savvy, shit. Lock in or clock in. That's all I got to say. Lock in or clock in. Because it's almost our time. And we know what we're looking for now. We're not oblivious. 3 in the chat. With that being said, you guys, I want to say thank you for locking in with me. It's another one in the books, man. Free to real. Until next time, it's your boy Moonbound Crypto. I'm signing off this joint. Peace.